Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J. Dedicating that song to your man Big Rube because definitely a party going on right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and shut up for a minute. Big Rube, you had a game last night against the Dallas Cowboys. Take it away.
Yeah, we had a game. I can honestly say I really wasn't worried, but I wasn't gonna let people, get to me last night. It was one of those things where I just wasn't worried. Even after Kai Forbath missed his first field goal of the season, I wasn't worried because I knew that the Skins could pull it off, and we did it in dramatic fashion. I felt really good. I felt sad a little bit that we had 2 turnovers in the first half. Excuse me, that we got 2 turnovers in the first half and really didn't do anything with it. So that was a little disheartening. But I knew that we're a second half team and we make really good adjustments. And the biggest adjustment we made was, hey, let's just give this ball to Alfred Morris and let's see what he can do. And that's what they did for a total of 33 times, 200 yards rushing, 3 touchdowns. We haven't swept Dallas since 2005. It felt good. We're going to the playoffs as NFC East champions. And just in case y'all didn't hear that, NFC East champions.
For the first time since 1999.
Since 1999.
Yeah.
We were left for dead when we were 3-6. And next thing you know, of everybody in this room, my boys are in the playoffs. And I feel really good. Romo, I don't think Romo's that terrible, to be honest with you. However, he was part of the Redskins last night. We appreciate him being with us and going into the fact that he wanted to ultimately be a Redskin. He wanted to be RG3, and unfortunately, he's not good enough to do that, and that's okay. 3 interceptions, 2 touchdowns. That touchdown to freaking Ogletree was stupid, and I was very shocked at that. The touchdown to Witten, I don't think I need to go into the bogus call on that or the bogus no call that was. But my biggest disappointment with the Cowboys, honestly, was people came up lame. They had like 4 people get hurt. The biggest game of your season, and my back just went out. Oh, my ankle got rolled. Really, Miles Austin, the wind blows and you break something? Come on, man. Dez Bryant, I understand him getting hurt. He's been carrying the Cowboys for the last 5 weeks. His back just gave out. It is what it is, man. And I know Banks gonna hit me with a whole bunch of stuff, but when it's all said and done, Romo is 1-6 in games when it's win or go home. And if you're 1-6 in games and win or go home, you went home a lot.
Colin Banks, what you see last night?
You know what? I'm glad Ruben can get his jollies on and everything like that. I appreciate that, Ruben. That sounds good, dude. You know what? The better team won. I'm going to say it like this. I'm not happy. Wasn't happy. It got to the point where Romo, I always had your back. I always had your back, Romo. Up until last night. You suck. I don't care what anybody else says. You suck, Romo. That shouldn't have happened in any standpoint of the game. We had the game handed to us for a big victory. You, in turn, decide to do some mess like this and lose the big game. Romo, what is wrong with you, dude? Really? Defense wasn't trying to stop anybody. They just gave up on any and everybody that they could during the game. And on top of that, it just looked like nobody cared. They ran the option the whole game. How do you run the option the entire game and let somebody just embarrass you like that? That's uncalled for, plain and simple. Rex Ryan, Rod Ryan, I don't know which Ryan we got as a coach. Just one of the Ryan boys always talking trash to the other. You couldn't beat your brother when you had a chance to play him, and when his team sucked, and you gonna sit there and talk trash and say we did this. Dallas, we
I
suffered through some injuries.
I never seen you like this before.
You know,
I never seen him like this before.
it's okay. It's okay. I'm gonna be all right. I'm gonna be all right.
Yeah, he'll be good next August.
I'm gonna be all right. It's just when you had the chance to be the team and be the man and win it all, and you don't. What can I say? I mean, what else is there to say?
I know you're right. There's nothing to say. I mean, you know, it's just you just seem so dejected and void of energy, and it's sad. I'm gonna take you out your misery and just give my own commentary.
Yeah,
take you out your, well, take us out our misery, because hearing you sound so sad is killing me and whatnot. And I feel bad for you because the last game that you guys played against them, you know, you came in and you were unhappy, and it, you know, it made for some awkwardness on the air. And tonight, you know, you're showing contrition and saying the things that are accurate. And I'm proud of you, man, because I've been there. I know what it's like. I've sat here and I've killed my team because they deserve to be killed. And what I saw last night in the game was, you know, the Cowboys controlled it early, but as Big Rube alluded to, you know, the Redskins just decided on the smart way to play, which was to get a ball to Alfred Morris, who couldn't be stopped. And the thing is with Tony Romo, I mean, I said this on Facebook last night, if you follow me there. I said this there. You know, the thing with Tony Romo, I think he's a good quarterback. You know, I slam him. I'm not a Cowboys fan. You know me. I don't care. I don't like the Cowboys. I really don't. You know, and that speaks a lot of times to why I give such a hard time to Tony Romo. But I'll say this in an honest moment. He is not a bad quarterback. However, when the pressure is on, he wilts. He's got a history of doing it. And to be completely honest with you, I put last night's loss for you guys solely on this, you know, his shoulders. I think he is the reason that y'all lost the game. It was only 2 interceptions, you know, but they came. I'm sorry, 3 interceptions, but they came at the absolute worst possible moments that they could come. And I know Big Rube and I talked about this offline, and he thinks that, you know, at least one of those were not his fault. I just disagree. You know, there was one where if he had thrown the ball to the back shoulder of the receiver, he would have had a touchdown. But he threw it on the inside shoulder, right, and he ended up getting an interception. You know, and that's the kind of stuff that he does. Now, I don't know if it's a matter of the bright lights getting to him. I don't know if it's a matter of the pressure getting to him. I don't know what the deal is, but I've seen him play well enough to know that he is not a bad quarterback, and it just confuses the hell out of me. I'm just glad he's not on my team, because that would drive me crazy. I got my own issues with my own quarterback who frustrates me. You know, I spent, you know, most of the early part of the season calling him elite, and I still think he is. You know, has he slipped out of the top 5 in my opinion? Absolutely, Eli has. You know, but I still think he's, you know, definitely very close to that top, you know, 4 to 7. I'll say. Tony Romo, I'd say, is probably closer to 10, 11, maybe. You know, because now we got 3 new quarterbacks in the league, rookies, who are contending for that top 10 spot. And if you watched the game last night, one guy looked like he'd been there before, and the other guy looked like he'd never been there before. And you'd be surprised which quarterbacks were which, Big Rose.
Exactly.
Now, I'm gonna be honest, and having been through all the years with the Redskins being terrible and stuff like that, our main issue was the quarterback position, period. But this year, it was a strength. And then when that wasn't a strength, a.k.a. last night, the running back came through. Now, everybody can sit there and say what they want, but here's my thing. Did Romo throw 3 interceptions? Yes. Did Romo possibly blow the game for y'all? Possibly. But tell me, somebody else on that team who played wore something last night other than Romo. You're right, you can't.
No, I mean,
the offensive line was terrible.
How many sacks did they give up to be terrible, Ruben?
It's not about giving up sacks.
Wait a minute, no.
But it's not. Listen to me.
How were they terrible?
It's not about giving up sacks.
How were they terrible?
You know that last interception? He threw it because he was rushed. Because we sent somebody right down the middle untouched.
So that makes them terrible.
That makes your offensive line terrible.
Okay.
When you rush 5 people, but only 4 get stopped and 1 goes right up the middle on a delay, yeah, that's terrible. He was getting rushed numerous times in the pocket. You know, you can sit here, you can blame Romo for all that, but name me somebody else who played good last night.
I'm just trying to figure out how you said the offensive line played horrible.
How many yards did DeMarco Murray have?
I don't know.
Exactly. You wonder why? Because he was ineffective.
He was ineffective. He was running all over y'all.
He was, but y'all stopped running him.
But that's ineffective.
But y'all stopped running him. Why you stopped running him? What I'm saying is you're blaming one person for this loss, and I don't think that's fair.
Oh, I can blame whoever I want to.
But I don't think that's fair. DeMarco Ware. Where is DeMarco Ware at?
He played.
I mean, but he got a couple pressures.
He got some pressure.
I think he got sacked.
Or something that led to a sack.
Yeah. Other than that, he was nothing. You know, Rob Ryan. One thing I did notice, he did learn from the last game. How many deep passes did we throw? Like 2. You wonder why? Because he kept some safety all the way in the back, just in case. So basically, you played 10 against 11. Hence why Alpha Mars got 200 yards rushing. Hence why RG3 got 70 yards rushing. Because basically you said, hey, you're not going to beat us deep. So, all right, we'll just beat you on the ground. And that's what happened. I understand you blaming Romo for the loss. I get it. But you can't sit here and blame Romo every time y'all lose. You didn't blame Romo when y'all won 4 out of y'all last 5.
Hey, look, I said how I wanted to say it. He lost the game. He threw some errant passes that should not have been thrown. Plain and simple. That's my take on it.
I'm saying yes. That's partially what happened.
Okay, then.
Your defense gave up 28 points.
And? Your defense gave up how many? 18. Okay.
I think that's a win for us.
And?
But
you're making it. You bringing it back to the defense. I said Romo sucks.
And I'm saying your whole team sucks.
Okay. Well, I still say your whole organization sucks.
But we won.
But we won for the first time in 10 years.
That's
right.
Wait
a minute. No, not 10 years.
12 years. We swept y'all for the first time in 7.
Ooh. I mean, y'all been bad. Y'all been below dwellers for so long. You just finally came to the top. About time.
And
how long y'all been at the bottom?
Shows up.
How long y'all been at the bottom?
I'm
trying
to bring the real Banks show up. That's what I'm talking about.
You want a real Banks?
That's why I like.
You don't want the real Banks. You see the real Banks to tell you something about your team. Your team sucks.
How can you blame one person for all your losses? You can't.
I didn't blame him for all our losses. I blamed him for that one.
But that's not his.
I blamed him for that one.
But why don't you? I
blamed him for that one.
Why don't you blame your defense who gave up 28 points?
I blamed him for that one because he gave the ball to you guys 3 times. Okay,
so if he had no interceptions,
if he had no interceptions, it'd be no problem, right?
Nah, we still would have won.
No, not necessarily.
I understand he gave us 3 picks.
He gave y'all 3 interceptions.
But I can't
he gave y'all 3 interceptions. I
can't see and let you
that
dog
should
that
not
man.
have happened.
You're dogging the best player on your team.
And?
I mean, I think it's funny.
And?
But I'm trying to help you out.
How you helping me out?
Because it's just not one person, man. It's not just one person.
It's not one person. One person didn't throw 3 interceptions.
Yeah, you had 3 other people who couldn't catch anything.
One person didn't throw 3 interceptions.
What was Romo's stat line, please?
I don't have it right in front of me.
It was something terrible.
But he didn't throw 3 interceptions, though.
He did throw 3 interceptions. But if your guys ain't catching balls that hit him right in the hand, I mean, I'm saying, y'all dropped like 5 passes. But open passes.
But my comment was directed directly to how I felt about Romo.
Yeah, and I'm telling you how I feel
so
about
Romo. Why I can't have my feelings about Romo the way I want to have about Romo?
I mean, that's his quarterback. That's a good question.
I mean, the good question. I appreciate that. You know, I guess it's funny that one person loses you the game, but there are 22 people that play.
Okay, again.
I
can't have my opinion about how my play.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm gonna have to disagree with you on that because we've seen how. All right, well, let me simplify it for you. Yeah. Ask the Jets fans, how many players does it take to lose a season? And I bet you all of them will say 1, Mark Sanchez. So
I disagree with that.
Especially when that one person is the quarterback, because that's a position where if you're going to get all the glory, you're going to get all the blame as well. It is what it is. So I gave you guys an opportunity to get it all out your system. Real quick, I just want to go to you 2 guys on the playoff games. We'll do the games. And just real quick, we don't need to kind of get into the specifics. Just real quick, just give me a winner, and we'll do this each week until we get to the Super Bowl. We got Houston hosting Cincinnati. I need a winner. Carlton Banks, start with you.
Cincinnati's going to win that game, plain and simple. Houston doesn't want to win. They've showed they don't want to win anymore.
All right, so Cincinnati's winning on the road. Big Rube?
Houston.
All right, I got Houston in that game as well. We got Minnesota traveling to Green Bay. Green Bay gets this game, as far as I'm concerned, Big Rube.
I think Green Bay should get their revenge there at home.
Okay, so we got 2 Green Bays. You going to make it 3, Carl?
Nope.
So Minnesota's winning?
Yep.
All right, so we got Indianapolis going to Baltimore. Carlton Banks, who's got that game?
Indianapolis.
I think I got Indianapolis in that game as well. Big Rube?
Baltimore. They're at home.
Okay. Final game of the weekend, we got Seattle heading to Washington. Carlton Banks?
Seattle.
I'm going to take Seattle in this game as well. Big Rube, I don't think we have to guess who you got in this game.
Redskins. We're playing ourselves, basically. I mean, they're a team just like us. So it's going to be very interesting. And plus, we owed them for the last 2 times we've been in the playoffs. They've knocked us out. Revenge. Yeah, they're not going to win that one. We're going to Atlanta to beat Atlanta next week, in 2 weeks.
You're going there to lose, and just so Clinton Portis can cry again.
Yeah, but the Dallas Cowboys be watching at home.
Mm-hmm. You'll be with us this weekend.
Along with the Giants and along with the Steelers.
You'll be with us.
Watch us on TV.
Someone chop him in the throat.
It is what it is. Ain't no how stepping with Marcus J. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to move to our socially conscious and entertainment hour. And during the break, I got something kind of funny that I want to play for y'all. I've been playing music, so a little bit of music towards the end of this clip, but I want you guys to listen to the, I guess, for lack of a better term, commentary that precedes the music, and then we're going to do a missing child, and then we're going to talk about that as well as some other items and some what the hell we're going to do in the final hour of the show, final hour of the 2012 calendar year. It is New Year's Eve, y'all. Marcus J. and Ohio Steppin. Be back in a minute.
My name is Camille. I'm calling out of Greensboro, North Carolina, and I'd just like to say that after a long, hard day at work, when I want to kick back and hear the latest trending topics, straight, no chaser, I listen to Ain't No Half Steppin' with Marcus J. on globalscaleradio.net. You know, ladies love Marcus J.
The resident describes her horrifying experience when she first realized the complex was on fire.
Well, I woke up to go get me a cold pop, and then I thought somebody was barbecuing. I said, oh, Lord Jesus, it's a fire. Then I ran out. I didn't grab no shoes or nothing, Jesus. I ran for my life. And then the smoke got me. I got bronchitis. Ain't nobody got time for that.
According to the apartment manager, the fire started in a woman's home who is wheelchair bound. She was treated for smoke inhalation at a local hospital. There were no other reports of injuries. The Red Cross is helping those families displaced by the fire.